Hello everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel, and welcome back to the 2009-10 hockey season replay. Block 10 takes us into Strat-o-Matic Hockey and a Northwest Division matchup between the Edmonton Oilers and the Colorado Avalanche live at Pepsi Center. Still fairly early in the season, but two teams at very different points of the standings. Edmonton is currently in second place with the record of 7-3-6, good for 20 points, whereas the Avalanche are at 5-9-3, currently tied for last place in the division with 13 points. So hopefully for Oilers or for Avalanche fans, Colorado will be able to turn it around here tonight. But the only way to know if the Avs are going to be able to turn it around here is to drop the puck, and without any further ado, that is exactly what we are going to do here tonight. To start the game, face-offs are even. So we'll flip our first card over. That's a 15. That'll go over to the visiting left wing, so that'll be over to Penner for Edmonton. And we are off and running here at the Pepsi Center. We will start off with passing E for Penner. That'll be an outside shot for the right wing, Cogliano. He is going to try to make a pass. That'll be an inside shot for anybody. Cogliano will give that to... He's going to give that back to Penner for an inside shot. Penner's going to let that go from the slot. That's a snake eyes. That would be a goal on the power play, but that's going to sail out of play, and we'll have a face-off back at center ice. It'll bounce off Budaj. Then Edmonton will try to control it, but it'll sail out of play, and that'll be a face-off. A 3 sounds like a home win. That'll go to the home left wing. So that'll come over to Gagliardi for Colorado, and we're off once again. Opponent defense 9. Cogliano is going to take that away. He'll have an outside shot only. He's going to let that go from the point. A 7. That'll be lost over to Stewart. Stewart with it for Colorado. Inside shot for anybody. Opponent can try to intimidate. He will give that inside shot to Stastny. Gagne will try to intimidate. He will intimidate. Gagne will take the puck away for Edmonton. Opponent defense 10. That'll be a penalty on Stastny. He'll go off for interference. 1, 2, 3. 9 is our power play for Edmonton. We're checking the left wing's defense. Left wing's defense is a 2. So that'll start off being an inside shot for Gagne. That's a 6. That'll be a save. And then a rebound shot for the right wing. The Oilers got some pressure. Cogliano with the rebound shot. That's a 9. That'll be a save, and the Oilers aren't able to do anything on the face-off. Or on the power play. Arena cheers. Yay! A 2 will be a win for the home right defenseman. That's over to Hannon for Colorado. And we're off once again. Opponent defense 11 for Whitney. That'll be a penalty on Edmonton. He'll go off this time for hooking. 1, 2, 3. We'll have a forwards line change, and then we'll see what kind of power play the Avalanche are going to get on this chance. There we are. A 19. Checking if we've got 3 or more 4-rated defensive players. We do not. So 2 or less. Outside shot for anybody. Then an inside shot for the right defenseman. So the Avalanche will give that outside shot to... They're going to give it to Miller on an outside shot. That's a 6 on an outside shot. That'll be a save. And then an inside shot for the right defenseman. That's up to Hannon, as he'll have that in the slot. That's a 4. He'll lose that over to the defensive right wing, and it'll be back to full strength for both teams. Face-offs now are still even. A 12 sounds like a visiting win. That will be a visitor win. The Oilers will give that to Gilbert and will be off. Lose the puck, outside shot only for Quincy. Quincy will let that go from the point. That's an 8. That's a rebound chance. Defense, any player. They'll give that over to Nilsson. Nilsson with it for the Oilers. Looking at opponent defense 9. Miller will take the puck away. He'll have an outside shot only, letting that go from the point. That's a 9. Lose to any defensive player. That'll go to Gilbert. Gilbert with it for Edmonton. Inside shot for anybody. He'll give that inside shot to Horkoff. Duchesne will try to intimidate. A 12 will intimidate. He'll take away the puck. Duchesne with it for Colorado. Will be an outside shot only for anybody. He will give that to... He'll give that to Hayduk. That's an 11 on an outside shot. Save made over to the left defensive left defenseman, and we've got defensive line changes. And now that'll be Smid with it for Edmonton. Passing D, Smid will have an outside shot for the right wing. Nilsson will try to make a pass. That'll be an inside shot for Horkoff. Horkoff gets the pass from Nilsson. Horkoff's in the slot. He'll let it go. That's a 9. Save made and over to Duchesne. Duchesne with it for Colorado. Lose the puck. Outside shot only for Strudwick. Jason Strudwick with it. He'll let that go from the point. That's a 7. Lose it over to the defensive right wing. That's up to Hayduk. Hayduk with it for Colorado. Passing D will be an inside shot for Miller. Nilsson will try to intimidate. That's a 15, just at the top of the range, but Nilsson will intimidate and take the puck away. Inside shot for anybody. Nilsson will give that... Nilsson will take it himself. Miller will try to intimidate. He will intimidate. He'll take the puck away. Opponent defense 7. Nilsson will take the puck away. He'll have an outside shot only. Nilsson will let that go from the point. That's an 8. That's a rebound chance. Defensive left wing, if defense rating 3 or more. Miller is a 1, so Nilsson with the rebound shot. That's an 11. That's a save, and over to the defensive left wing. That's over to Miller for the time being, but we've got a forwards line change out of that. And now that's McLeod with the puck for the Avalanche. Let's see what he does with it. Opponent defense 6, Brule. That'll be an outside shot for O'Reilly. He's going to try to make a pass. Passing L. He'll lose the puck over to Brule. Brule with it for Edmonton. Outside shot only for anybody. He's going to take that himself. That's an 11. That'll be a save, and over to Wilson. Wilson for Colorado. Lose the puck. Outside shot only for O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan will let that go from the point. That's a 7. Save, and over to O'Reilly. O'Reilly with it for Colorado. Lose the puck. Outside shot for any player. The Oilers will give that up to... They'll give that up to O'Sullivan. Hendricks is not going to try to intimidate. He's going to let the outside shot go. That's a 10. That'll be a save, and over to Wilson. Wilson with it, passing F. Outside shot for O'Reilly. He's going to try to make a pass. Lose the puck. They'll give that over to Brule. Brule for Edmonton. Lose the puck. Outside shot only for O'Reilly. He'll let that go from the point. That's a 5. Save made, and up to O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan for Edmonton. Losing the puck. Inside shot for anybody. The opponent can try to intimidate. The Avs will give that to McLeod. Brule at a 1-12. Will try to intimidate. That's a 7. Brule will take the puck away for Edmonton. Opponent defense 4. Inside shot for O'Sullivan. Right D is Foot. At a 1-12, he will try to intimidate. Fail to take the puck away. Possible penalty, but we'll check the inside shot first. O'Sullivan lets that one go. That's a 7. Save made over to O'Reilly. We'll see if there's a penalty on the play. There is not a penalty on the play, so O'Reilly will have that. Lose it over to Potolny. Potolny with the last play for Edmonton. Opponent defense 2. He'll take the puck away with an inside shot. Left wing O'Sullivan will try to intimidate. He will intimidate, but there's the horn to end the first period. We are scoreless here at Colorado, here at the Pepsi Center after 1, and somebody forgot to bring a pen in here, so he will be right back. Okay. We are scoreless here at the Pepsi Center after 1. I'm hoping this isn't going to be a long night of, oh my God, will somebody please win this game? Both teams managed to get a few shots on the period, but nothing too crazy, and we are still scoreless here, as I mentioned, at the Pepsi Center. Zamboni's still working to clean up the ice while I get everything ready for the second period of this game. There we go. Just want to make sure you guys can see the scoreboard back there. Even though it's all goose eggs and we're getting set for the second period of this game, in case somebody actually decides to do something in this game, it would be nice for you guys to have visibility to it, no? Okay. Just going to check on something here real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Defense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. I'm going to finish my next little check here. Okay. We are all set to begin the second period of this game. Face-offs, once again, are even. 12 of those sounds like a visiting win. That'll be visitors any player. They'll give that over to Cogliano for Edmonton, and we're off to start the second period. Lose the puck. Outside shot only for Stewart. He's going to let that go from the point. That's an 8. That's a rebound chance. Defense, any player with a defensive rating 4. Gilbert has a rating of 4. He'll have control of that puck. Then he'll lose it immediately over to Quincy. Quincy for Colorado. Looking at passing D. He'll lose the puck. Outside shot for Penner. He's going to try to make a pass. He'll lose the puck. Defensive left D has control. Quincy with it for Colorado as he takes away the pass. Opponent defense 1. He'll take the puck away with... Gilbert will take the puck away with an inside shot. Hannon will try to intimidate, but he's going to let the inside shot go. That's a 7. He'll lose that to any defensive player. That'll go over to Gagliardi. Gagliardi for Colorado, passing E. Outside shot for Stewart. Stewart's going to try to make a pass. He'll lose the puck over to Penner. Penner with it for Edmonton. Lose the puck. Outside shot only for Gagliardi. Gagliardi will let that go. A 7 is going to lose that over to the defensive left wing, right back to Penner. Penner with it for Edmonton. Outside shot only for any player. He will give that to Gilbert on an outside shot. That's a 5. That'll be a save made by Budaj and over to Gagliardi. Gagliardi for Colorado. Lose the puck. Outside shot only for the left defenseman. Up to Whitney with an outside shot. He's going to let that one go. That's a 9. Save made by Budaj over to Stewart. Stewart with it. Outside shot only for any player. He will give that to... He'll give that to Gagliardi. Gagliardi gains the zone. Lets it go from the point. That's a 9. That'll be a save made over to Cogliano for Edmonton. Cogliano with an inside shot for anybody. He will give that to Gagne. Stastny will try to intimidate at a 1-12. That's a 2. Stastny will intimidate just in time for a forwards line change. That's Duchesne with it for Colorado now, coming off the line change. And opponent defense 3 for Horkoff. That'll be an inside shot for Miller. Left defenseman can try to intimidate. Whitney will try to intimidate. That's a 2. Whitney will take the puck away for Edmonton. Whitney's got it, passing E. Outside shot for Nilsson. He'll try to make a pass. Passing J. That'll be an inside shot for Moreau. Moreau with an inside shot. That's an 8. That's a rebound chance. Defensive left defenseman's got it, though. That is Quincy with it for Colorado. Passing F for Quincy will be an outside shot for Duchesne. He is going to try... Is he going to try to penetrate? Not on a 50-50. He's going to try to make a pass. Inside shot for Miller. Miller with an inside shot. He gets to the slot. An 8 is another rebound chance. Offensive left defenseman Quincy with the rebound shot. He followed the rebound in. That's a 5. That's a goalie rating on Delorier. 5, 8, and 9 are bad numbers. That's a 6. Save made by Delorier, and he'll give that to Gilbert. Gilbert for Edmonton. Opponent defense 5. Quincy will take the puck away. He'll have an outside shot. He's going to try to make a pass. Passing K will be an inside shot for Hayduke. Hayduke's going to let that one go from the slot. That's a 5. Save made by Delorier over to Horkoff. Horkoff with it for Colorado. Opponent defense 9. Duchesne will take the puck away. Outside shot only. He'll let that go from the point. 6. Save made and over to Gilbert, but we've got a defensive line change. Past the halfway point of the second period. Well, at the halfway point now. Strudwick with it for Edmonton. Opponent defense 2. He'll take the puck away with an inside shot. Nilsson will try to intimidate. He will intimidate, take the puck away. Nilsson with it for Edmonton. Passing F. Outside shot for Moreau. Moreau's going to try to make a pass. Inside shot right back to Nilsson. Nilsson lets that go from the slot. That's an 8. That's a rebound chance. Offense, any player. We're not playing with injuries. They will give that rebound chance to... They'll give it to Horkoff on a rebound. That's a 3. That would be a goal on a 1-9 on the power play, but the Oilers are not on the power play. Budaj for the Avalanche will instead make that play, cover it up. He'll get the face-off, and we'll take that one to the right of Budaj. Arena size. Phew. Face-offs are still even. A 16 sounds like a visitor win. 16 will go over to the visiting right wing. That's over to Nilsson, and we're off once again. Lose the puck. Inside shot for anybody. The Avalanche will give that to Wilson. Strudwick will try to intimidate. He will intimidate, take the puck away. Strudwick with it for Edmonton. Passing F for Strudwick. He'll lose the puck. Outside shot for Miller. Miller's going to try to make a pass. Lose the puck. Over to Nilsson. He will have control of that. Opponent defense 3. Inside shot for Horkoff. Wilson will try to intimidate. He will intimidate, but there's a possible penalty on the play. 1-15, no penalty. That's a 6, no penalty. So Wilson will have it after we get done with the forwards line change. Wilson with it for Colorado. Passing E will be an outside shot for Hendricks. Hendricks is going to try to make a pass. Passing K, he'll lose the puck over to Potolny. Potolny with it for Edmonton. Passing D, lose the puck, outside shot for Hendricks. Hendricks is going to let that one go from the outside. That's an 11. Save made by Delorier and over to Strudwick. Strudwick with it. Opponent defense 10. Wilson, that'll be a penalty on Wilson. He's going off for interference. 1, 2, 3. 8 is the power play. If left wing is a 3 or more. McLeod is a 2. So we'll start off with an outside shot for Potolny. That's a 9. That's a save. And then an outside shot for the right wing. So that's over to Brule. That's a 6. That's a goalie rating on Budaj. 3, 7, and 11 are your bad numbers. That's an 8. That's a save made. And an inside shot for anybody. They will give that to Potolny. That's a 10, and that's a save. And neither team wants to get anything going here, it appears, in the second period. Faceoffs are still even. 5 should be a home win, though. That will be a home win over to the left defenseman. That's over to Wilson, and we're off once again. Lose it over to Strudwick. Strudwick for Edmonton. Passing D. He'll lose the puck. Inside shot for anybody. Colorado will give that to Wilson. Strudwick will try to intimidate. 14 just barely, but Strudwick will take the puck right back. Opponent defense 4. Wilson will take the puck away with an outside shot. He's going to try to make a pass. Passing K will be an inside shot for Hendricks. Hendricks is going to let that go from the slot. That's an 8. That's a rebound chance. Offensive left wing. That's McLeod with a rebound shot. That's a 10. That's a goalie rating on Delorier. 5, 8, and 9 are bad numbers. That's a 5. Goal on a 1-19 and score! Corey McLeod gives the Avalanche a 1-0 lead here late in the second period. Arena cheers. Yay! And now we'll get assists. Let's see. Any player 8, no. Center 1, yes. That'll be McLeod from O'Reilly. And no, just the 1 assist. So that'll be McLeod from O'Reilly. But now the Avalanche have a 1-0 lead here in the latter stages of the second period. Getting our face-off, which is even. 11 should be a visiting. Oh no, that's a home win. They'll give that to McLeod, and we'll be off again. Lose it over to Brule. There's the horn to end the second period of this game, as the Avalanche, with a last-second goal in the second period, now take a 1-0 lead after 40 minutes of play. And while I get set for the third period of this game, I will mention that tomorrow night we will be at Madison Square Garden in New York City as the Atlanta Thrashers will be headed to town to play the New York Rangers in Inside the Crease hockey. So that'll be tomorrow night. Thrashers at the Rangers. Alright, I will deal with resetting our lines here once I get the action deck ready to go for the third period of this game. The way the first period went, this could easily end up being a 1-0 game, and in fact, I actually kind of wouldn't mind it being a 1-0 game. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9, 10. Forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Defense. 2, 3, 4, 5. Forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Last order of business here is line changes. As the fans here at the Pepsi Center are coming out buzzing for the third period of this game, hoping Colorado can get a win to help pull them out of the basement of the Northwest Division. Of course, the Wild need to cooperate in final score hockey, and we know they're not going to want to do that. And neither, quite frankly, do the Oilers want to cooperate, that is. Let's get a face-off here. 12 should be a visitor win. 12 will be a visitor win. That'll be visitor any player. They will give that over to Cogliano, and we're off to start the third period. Lose the puck. Outside shot only for Hannon. Hannon's going to let that one go. That's an 8. That's a rebound chance. Offensive right wing, offense rating 2 or more. Stewart is a 4, so he's got a rebound shot. 5 is a save made by Delorier and over to Cogliano, the defensive right wing. Passing F for Cogliano. He'll lose the puck. Outside shot for Stewart. Stewart's going to make a pass. Passing L will be an inside shot for anybody. Stewart will give that to Stastny. Stastny from the slot. That's a 6. That'll be a save made and over to Penner. Delorier making a great save. Penner looking at passing E. That'll be an outside shot for Cogliano. Cogliano's going to try to make a pass. Passing K. He'll lose the puck over to Stewart. Stewart for Colorado. Passing F is going to be an outside shot for Gagliardi. Gagliardi is going to try to make a pass. Passing L. We'll lose the puck over to Gagne. Gagne with it. Opponent defense 8. That will be Stastny taking the puck away with an outside shot only. He'll let that go from the slot, or from the point. That's a 9. That's a goalie rating on Delorier. That's a 6. Save made by Delorier. He'll give that to Gilbert. Gilbert with it for Edmonton. Opponent defense 9. That's Quincy. That'll be a penalty on Quincy and a golden opportunity for the Oilers to try to tie this game on a roughing call. 1, 2, 3. Flip over a card to get a 15 for the power play. Let's see. If 3 or more 4-rated defensive players, yes. We do actually for Colorado. That'll be only an inside shot for the left wing. So Penner with the inside shot. Great player to have it, though, from the looks of it. 7, that's a goalie rating on Budaj. 3, 7, and 11 are bad numbers. That is an 11. Score! Dustin Penner ties the game for the Oilers on the power play. Arena groans. Ugh. Nope. Yep, okay. Flip the card over. We'll get some assists. Let's see. No. No. That'll be from Gagne. And Gilbert. And just like that, we are tied at 1 here in the third. Hey, look at that. Teams actually did something. 13 sounds like a visitor win. That'll go over to the visiting left defenseman. That's over to Whitney, and we're off. Inside shot for anybody. Opponent can try to intimidate. They will give that to Penner. Stewart is not going to try to intimidate, though. He's a beast. That would be a 1 to 9. He's not going to take a chance on that. He'll let the inside shot go. That's a snake eyes. That would be a goal chance on the power play, but because it's not the power play, Budaj is going to get a piece of that. He'll freeze it, and we'll get a face-off after we get a forwards line change. As we are suddenly tied at 1 here in the third period. Okay. Okay. Just checking, make sure everything's quiet on my phone tonight, and thankfully it is. So hopefully you guys are enjoying a little Thursday night hockey here. Faceoffs are still even. 16 sounds like a visitor win. That'll go over to the visiting right wing, so that'll be over to Nilsson. And we're off. Opponent defense 7. Miller takes the puck away with an outside shot only. He's going to let that go from the point. That's an 8. That's a rebound chance. Defensive right wing. Nilsson with it for Edmonton. Losing the puck. Outside shot only for Duchesne. He'll let that go from the point. That's a 4. Save made and up to Moreau. Moreau with it for Edmonton. Losing the puck and a possible breakaway. Right wing, if the breakaway penetration rating is 3. Hayduke's a 4. He's in on Delorier alone. That's a 9. Save made and over to Horkoff. As Delorier gets a piece of that, he'll bounce it over to Horkoff for Edmonton. Passing F for Horkoff will be an outside shot for Nilsson. Nilsson is going to try to make a pass. Passing J, that'll be an inside shot for Moreau. Moreau is going to let that one go from the slot. That's a 7. Lose it over to the right wing, so that'll be over to Hayduke. Hayduke with it for Colorado. Opponent defense 10. That'll be a penalty on Moreau. He's going off for tripping. We'll get a defensive line change first. Colorado with a big chance here to try to take the lead again. 1, 2, 3. An 8 on the power play. We're looking at the left wing being a 3 or more. Moreau is actually the one who got penalized, so we're going to say no left wing. So we'll say left wing is not, so we'll start off with an outside shot for the center. That'll be Duchesne. Letting that go from the point. A 10, that's a goalie rating though on Delorier. That is a 9. Score! Matt Duchesne gives the Avalanche a 2-1 lead on the power play. Arena cheers. Yay! We'll check assists. Duchesne scored. Right wing, that'll be from Hayduke. And Miller. As the Avalanche now have a 2-1 lead in this game, as we're getting into the third period of this one. Faceoffs are still even. 11, I believe, is going to be a home win. Yep, that'll be a home win. They'll give that up to Hayduke, and we're off. I lose the puck. Outside shot only for the right defenseman. That's over to Strudwick with an outside shot. He'll let that go from the point. That's a 6. He'll lose that over to Wilson. Wilson with it for Colorado. Lose the puck. Outside shot only for the right wing. Nilsson with an outside shot. He lets that go from the point. That's an 8. That's a rebound chance. Defensive left wing. If defense rating 3 or more, Miller's a 1. Nilsson will follow his rebound in and have a rebound shot. That's an 8. That's another rebound. Offensive center now. Horkoff with a rebound. That's a boxcars. That's a goalie rating on Budaj. 3. Score! Just like that, Sean Horkoff ties the game for the Oilers. Arena groans. Ugh. As both teams come out firing here in the third period of this one. We'll get some assists. Let's see. The first one will come up with an assist from Smid. Nilsson and Smid. I did follow the flow of play through. That's how I got Nilsson with his first assist. Okay. We'll have a forwards line change here, as we could very easily end up with a situation here where the next goal wins it. Whether that's because we end up in overtime or one of the teams just scores and then holds on to win. Alright, face-offs remain even. 9 sounds like a home win, though, and that will be a home win. That'll go over to the left wing. That'll be over to McLeod, who's already got one tonight. He'd love to put another one in. Let's see what happens. Lose the puck. Outside shot for anybody. They will give that to Brule. McLeod is not going to try to intimidate. He'll let the outside shot go. That's a 5. That'll be a save made by Budaj and up to O'Reilly. O'Reilly with it for the Avs. Opponent defense 4. Inside shot for Hendricks. Smid can try to intimidate, and he will. That's a 10. Smid will take the puck away. Smid with it for Edmonton. Passing E. He'll lose the puck. Outside shot for McLeod. McLeod's going to try to make a pass. Lose the puck. Defensive right D has control. Strudwick with it for Edmonton. Lose the puck. Outside shot only for McLeod. He's going to let that go. That's a 9. He'll lose that over to Brule. Brule with it for Edmonton. Passing D. Lose the puck. Outside shot for O'Reilly. He's going to make a pass. Inside shot for McLeod. He's going to let that one go. That's an 8. That's a rebound chance. We've had a lot of rebounds tonight. Offensive right defenseman. Foot with the rebound shot. That's an 8. That's another rebound. Defensive center. Defense rating 2. Potolny is a 2. He'll have control of that for Edmonton. Opponent defense 2. He'll take the puck away with an inside shot. Left wing is not going to try to intimidate. O'Reilly is not very good on an inside shot. He'll let it go. That's a 10. Save made and over to Brule. Brule with it for Edmonton. Lose the puck. Outside shot only for Hendricks. Hendricks is going to let that go. That's an 8. That's a rebound chance. Defense, any player with defense rating 3 or more. Strudwick is a 4. He'll have that for Edmonton. Possible breakaway. Left defenseman. Smid is in alone on Budaj. We're late in the third period. Can Smid put this one by? That's a 6. No! He'll lose that over to O'Reilly. O'Reilly with it. Opponent defense 9. Potolny will take the puck away. Outside shot only. He's going to let that go. That's a 7. Save made and over to Hendricks. Hendricks with it. Looking at a possible breakaway. Center, if the breakaway penetration rating is 4, it is not. There's the horn to end the third period. We are tied at 2, and we need bonus hockey tonight. Wow. Well, we ended up with a situation that I thought we would. Next goal wins. I'm just doing I'm going to make some updates here in the ticker real quick. Thankfully, we won't have to worry about hours and hours of overtime here in the regular season, because it's one overtime and then we have a shootout. Hopefully overtime doesn't go too long, though, because we're actually moving along at a pretty good clip here. And I'd like to keep it that way. One, two, three, four, five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Defense. Forwards. Okay. Get our lines reset. Okay. We are all set to start overtime. Let's get a face-off. Face-offs are even. 10 should be a home win. That'll go over to the right wing. That's up to Stewart, and we're off in overtime. Passing D for Stewart's going to be an inside shot for Gagliardi. Cogliano will try to intimidate. He will intimidate. He'll take the puck away. Cogliano with it for Edmonton. Passing F. He'll lose the puck. Outside shot for Stewart. Stewart's going to try to make a pass. Passing J will be an inside shot for Gagliardi. Gagliardi will let that go from the slot. That's a 5. Save made and up to Whitney. Whitney with it for Edmonton. Opponent defense 8. He will take the puck away with an outside shot only. Cannon will let that go, and 8 is a rebound chance. Offensive center, Stastny with the rebound shot. 12, he'll lose that over to Gilbert. Gilbert with it for Edmonton. Opponent defense 2. He'll take the puck away with an inside shot. Whitney will not try to intimidate. Quincy not very good on an inside shot. He's going to play the percentages. That's a 7. He'll lose that over to Gilbert. Gilbert with it for Edmonton. Lose the puck. Inside shot for anybody. Stastny will take the inside shot. Gagne will try to intimidate. 5, he will intimidate. Take the puck away. Gagne looking at opponent defense 9. Stastny will take the puck away with an outside shot only. That's a 9. Uh-oh, that's a goalie rating on Delorier. That's a 7. A rebound. Offensive left wing. That's Gagliardi with the rebound shot. That's a 4. That's another goalie rating on Delorier. That's a 10. Save made and over to Cogliano. Arena groans. Ugh. Defense 1. Gagliardi will take the puck away with an outside shot. He's going to let that one go, actually. That's a 6. Save made and up to Penner. Penner with it for Edmonton. Passing E. Outside shot for Cogliano. Cogliano's going to try to make a pass. Lose the puck. They'll give that over to Quincy. Quincy with it for Colorado. He'll lose that over to Gilbert. Gilbert for Edmonton. Losing the puck, outside shot only for Stewart. Stewart's going to let that one go from the point. That's a 10. Save made over to the defensive center, but we've got a forwards line change coming up. Both teams getting chances here in overtime, but nobody wanting to put this game away. Horkoff with the puck, though, for Edmonton. Opponent defense 10. Duchesne will take the puck away with an outside shot only. That's a 7. Save made, and over to Nilsson. Nilsson with it for the Oilers. He'll lose that over to Miller. Miller, outside shot only for anybody. He will give that outside shot to Duchesne. Duchesne will let that go from the point. That's a snake eyes. That's a goal on a 1-9, and score! Matt Duchesne gives the Avalanche the win with his second of the night. Arena cheers. Yay! That was from... I don't remember who that was from. I think that was from Miller. And... let's see, Hayduke. So the hometown crowd goes home happy on a 3-2 victory by Colorado. We, of course, you guys know the drill by now, we are not done yet because we've got to ask our friends at Final Score Hockey how the rest of the NHL fared. As usual, I will do my cleanup first, and then we'll ask how the rest of the NHL fared in this block. Gotta love a game that gives you some high drama. We will, of course, not be back to Strat-o-Matic Hockey until Saturday. We'll talk more about that, though, during tomorrow night's block. Let me update in the... I'm going to make an update in the standings for the ticker, at least. Or not the ticker, the standings, since I'm tracking games on the board. Since games on the board is actually the second tiebreaker, I use head-to-head record because I'm going to link the ticker to a database in Access so I can query head-to-head records more easily. If you guys are really interested to see how I put the ticker together for this replay, you can feel free to leave an AMA question about it, and I'll be glad to show you how I did it during Peanut with Phoenix for the end of the month. Let's see. All right, the white dice go in here as well. Let's see. What did I do with my bag of my... here's the bag of logos. I'll reset the scoreboard in a minute so I can use the scoreboard in case I need to track shootout scores. Which, knowing how this replay is gone, I'll probably need to do a little bit of shootout tracking. Let's see. I'm just making sure I've got all my charts ready to go in the order I need them in. There we are. All right. I was going to reset this real quick. Perfect. Okay. Just going to take a quick swig of my Crystal Light, and then we'll be ready to ask our friends at Final Score how the rest of the NHL fared. Let's ask our friends at Final Score Hockey from Downey Games how the rest of the NHL fared. The Avalanche with a big win in overtime over the Oilers, 3-2. Rest of November 8th, we've got the Blues. Actually, this is a short block now that I look at it. We've got the Blues and the Thrashers. Blues, whoops, didn't mean to jar the camera there. Blues, G26 is 2. Thrashers, K64, that is 6. And the Thrashers will beat up on the Blues 6-2. Kings and the Blackhawks. Kings, G35 is 2. Blackhawks, O63 is going to be a lot more than 2. Yep, that'll be 6. And this one, another 6-2 score as the Blackhawks beat up on the Kings. November 10th, Penguins and the Bruins. Penguins, J14, that is 1. Bruins, H56, that is a big game. -52 is -3, though. So they were an H. They're rolling on column E now. 16 is 1, which is a pressure situation all around. Penguins are a C. Bruins are an E. Penguins, C42 won't get it done. Neither will the Bruins with an E11. Going into overtime, Bruins with a chance to win first. That's an H14. That won't get it done. Neither will a J32 for the Penguins, which means that we've got ourselves a shootout. And I was looking at the shootout earlier. Apparently it's only three guaranteed rounds in the shootout. So round 1. Both teams are an A in the shootout. Neither team will score. Round 2. Both teams will score. Round 3. 34. What did we say? Both teams are A's? Yeah, both teams will score. So we're in round 4 anyway. Next unanswered goal wins. Which the Penguins will get the unanswered goal. They will win that. They will win this game 2-1 in a shootout. Flames and the Canadiens. Flames, F25 is 2. Canadiens, J12 is 1. Pressure situation for the Canadiens. Canadiens are an E on pressure. An E54 won't get it done. The Flames will take that one 2-1. Oilers and the Senators. Oilers, F52 is 3. Senators, E25 is 1. The Oilers will take that one 3-2. Predators and the Sharks. Predators, E41 is 2. Sharks, N65 is 8. The Sharks will beat up on the Predators 8-2. Canucks and the Blues. Canucks, L52 is 4. Blues, J12 is 1. Canucks will beat up on the Blues 4-1. Wild and the Maple Leafs. Wild, H26 is 2. Maple Leafs, G41, that is also 2. Pressure situations all around. Both teams are in E under pressure. An E51 and a 53 won't get it done for either team, so we go to overtime. Maple Leafs with a chance to win first. G31 won't do it. Neither will an H44. Nope, an H44 won't do it either for the Wild, so we've got ourselves another shootout. Round 1. Both teams are a D in the shootout. Let's see, D, both teams will score. Round 2. A D52 will score for the Maple Leafs, but a 36 will not for the Wild. Round 3. Excuse me, if the Wild don't score here, it's over. A 56 will score for the Wild. Problem is, so will a 62 for the Maple Leafs, and the Maple Leafs will win this one 3-2 in a shootout. October 11th, Oilers and the Sabres. Wow, another crappy scoring game. Oilers, F11 is 0. Sabres, G41 is 2. Sabres will take that one 2-0. Kings and the Hurricanes. Kings, I16 is 2. Hurricanes, K52 is 4. Hurricanes will take that game 4-2. Red Wings and the Blue Jackets. Red Wings, J65, that is 6. Blue Jackets, I45 is a big game. -25 -4, so they move left 4 columns from an I. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're rolling on E now. 44 is 2. And we've got another 6-2 score here in this block. This time it's the Red Wings beating up on the Blue Jackets. Avalanche and the Blackhawks. We saw these two teams on the board earlier this season. Avalanche, G43 is 3. Blackhawks, N61 is 5. Blackhawks win this one 5-3. Ducks and the Devils, a rematch of the 2002-3 Stanley Cup Finals. Ducks, G35. G35 is 2. Devils, H15. That is 1. Pressure situation for the Devils. Devils are a C under pressure. But a 36 won't get it done. The Ducks will take that one 2-1. Last game for the block is the Islanders and the Capitals. Islanders, E65 is 4. Capitals, M13 is 1. The Islanders will win that one 4-1. And that will do it for Block 10 of the 2009-10 hockey season. If your team won tonight, congratulations. If your team didn't, there's always tomorrow night. Tomorrow night we will be at Madison Square Garden for Block 11 in Inside the Crease Hockey, as the Atlanta Thrashers will be taking on the New York Rangers. Saturday, Mystical Munchies will continue out of the Exquisite Exandria cookbook as we make the side Trinkets Bear Claws. Sunday morning, we're playing Space Corp 2025-2300 by GMT Games. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care everyone. The Colorado Avalanche hold off a flurry from the Edmonton Oilers as they get an overtime victory to win this one 3-2. Once again, take care, and I will see you guys tomorrow night.